What's up, y'all? We only had 18 sales going out this weekend, so pack them up with me and let's see what kind of money we made. First up is this pair of Judy Blue jeans. These sold in 16 days for $25 over on eBay. After cost of goods, fees, shipping, our net profit was $11.07. This is going to be going into a padded flat rate envelope, which makes life a lot easier. It doesn't, but I don't know. I just really enjoy using those padded flat rates. Plus, you can save a little bit of money on shipping, depending on what eBay charged. Next up is a not a pair of, but a Lululemon halter dress thing. This was one with new tags, but had flaws. This sold in 3 days for $29 over on eBay for a net profit of $23.42 after cost of goods, fees, and shipping. This one is also going into a padded flat rate envelope, so I do believe that I made a couple bucks off that shipping. This next order up is a new tag Nike shorts. These sold in 31 days over on eBay for $14 after cost of goods, fees, and shipping. Net profit on this one was $7.70. So not a great profit, but that was a retail arbitrage pickup. So I always like picking up those new tag items. I believe that came from the Marshalls or TJ Maxx yellow tag clearance event for like $4. But took about a little over a month to sell. It took 31 days for that one. Not bad for a little retail arbitrage pickup. Next up is this Polo Ralph Lauren tie. This took 7 days to sell. It sold for $25. After cost of goods, fees, and shipping, our net profit on that one was $19.92. Anytime I can find any new tag Polo Ralph Lauren, I pick it up. I've been selling a lot of ties lately. I don't know what that's about, but I'm enjoying the tie business. I might explore it just a little bit more. Why am I taking so long to put this label on this package? Sweet baby Lord. Jimmy, move a little bit faster. This voiceover is going to take absolutely forever. Get a bag. Let's go. Next up is a Seago something kind of tie. You'll see it in the comps. This sold over on eBay for $29.99 in 7 days. Our net profit on that one was $21.55. I'm really complicating these poly bags here. That's a great brand to be on the lookout for. I think the name of it is Seago Kutsiamora or something like that. Anyway, you'll see it in the comp that I already showed, but yeah. I'm trying to do this voiceover in one shot, not trying to complicate my life, and here I am complicating my life, and I'm going to have to edit this part out because it's going to take absolutely forever. And we're back. This Free People sweater thing, this one was new at tags. It was size extra small. This sold in 20 days for $65 over on Poshmark after cost of goods, fees, and shipping. No shipping, never mind, there was Poshmark. The net profit was $50.31. I don't have any clear poly bags big enough for this little jacket, so I ended up just putting it into these large white poly bags. These are great investments for shipping and for these larger clothing items like jackets or, in some cases, very, very large pairs of jeans, but very rarely do you have to put jeans into those. And then this is a Poshmark order, so you're going to use Priority Mail shipping supplies. So I'm using this Priority Mail large mailing box, number 7 box, which is fantastic. That's why I love Poshmark. It makes shipping so easy for everyone. You could use any Priority Mail supplies. That includes flat rate shipping supplies as well. And I had to shut the camera off because I was doing something. Who the hell knows? This Coach bag sold over on eBay, I believe, in 10 days for $59.99. I said 10 days. I believe I said that. Yep. And that's going to go into this large bag as well, just for some additional protection throughout its shipment. And then it's going to go into a box. So we're going to be wrapping this up here. Let's go. Dude, I am taking so long. I apologize, y'all. I apologize for the very, very slow transitions here. But anyway, I've been picking up a lot of Coach stuff, a lot of these Coach purchases, and they've been selling pretty well. I think the lowest price that we got was like $30. And they're selling rather quickly for a brand that doesn't have the greatest conversion rate. I guess it's because of the patterns or something that we've been picking up. But anyway, they've been selling very, very good across all platforms. I think I sold a couple on eBay, on Poshmark, and on Depop. None on Mercari, though. But no shock there. So, moving on to the next one. The next item up that we're going to be packing out is after I'm going to be done cleaning, because now I got to clean up the table, because I'm doing this very, very slow. And typically I will edit out all of this stuff, y'all, but today I'm not doing it because I'm a little tired and been editing like crazy. So next up we have this Veuve Clicquot mailbox. This thing is really, really cool. This is for champagne bottles. This one sold over on Mercari for $40.49. After cost of goods, fees, and shipping, our net profit was $38.89. I don't know why I said fees. As most of you guys already know, Mercari has gotten rid of its seller fees. I believe they passed it on to the buyer. But yes, there is no more fees on Mercari for sellers, which is phenomenal. And a lot of people are against that. They're like, oh, the buyers aren't going to pay. I haven't seen that. Actually, I've seen an increase in buyers on Mercari, even though they are footing the bill, because on there now, the sellers have a little bit more flexibility with accepting offers and whatnot, because obviously, you know, if we're paying no fees, it used to be about 10% on the fee level. So now you can afford to take a little bit less for those items because you're not paying any fees on it. So what I'm using here is a priority mail shoebox for this. It fits perfectly. I don't have to do any reshaping of this box. And if you guys don't know, there's a lot of bad information out there that says that you can't resize priority mail boxes when you absolutely can. So you can resize priority mail boxes as long as they don't say flat rate on them. If they are flat rate boxes, you cannot manipulate them. Technically you can, but they're going to charge you for the priority mail rate as opposed to the flat rate. But yes, you can manipulate priority mail boxes as long as they are not flat rate boxes. And that will obviously help you out with shipping because it's going to lower the dimensional size of those boxes. This next item up is a Star Wars Comtech controller thing. Picked this up at a yard sale probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And this sold over on eBay for $14.99 in 20 days. After cost of goods, fees, and shipping, our net profit on this one was $8.52. And I'm going to edit a little bit quick here because I really don't have much to say about this toy. This next item up is a Poshmark sale. These are Ariat boots that I got recently. These sold in 4 days for $60. After cost of goods and fees, our net profit was $46.40. I tried to fit these in there. I don't even know why I tried trying to fit these in there because I knew it wasn't going to happen. So I decided to just fast forward a little bit. So we're going to end up just taking 2 Priority Mail large number 7 boxes and smushing them together. I'm not going to play this whole game of resizing the box and doing a whole little dance with it. Just take 2 of these boxes. The boots are tall, and then just pack them up with a little bit extra paper on the sides to ensure that they don't move around a lot. Shove some packing paper in there, and then you're just going to take them, then they're basically one giant box now, and that's pretty much simple as that. And this is Poshmark, so again, you can use the Priority Mail supplies. If you do ship something that way where you take 2 of these boxes and you put them together, just make sure that you're taping the bottoms of them so that the flaps don't go all berserk and everything like I'm doing here. I'm taping around the sides of the box just to keep the bottom flaps from going wide open. You never want to open your flaps in front of everybody. And again, these Ariat boots sold for $60. It was a really quick flip, and I think I paid $2 for those. They were in a bulk buy, so it was a really, really good deal. I think it was maybe $1.81 or whatever, but great boots, great sellers. Be on the lookout for those, and they sell really, really well. Last pair I sold, I think it sold for $45. Those ones sold for $60, so they're great movers, and just be on the lookout for those. Next up is a pair of Kodiak boots, and these took a little bit longer to sell than the Ariat boots. These ones sold in 125 days on Depop for $39.99. I don't know if that's accurate. That might have been Depop. I'm not sure. After cost of goods, fees, and shipping, our net profit was $31.83 on those. They did take a while to sell, but they're worth picking up. It took a while to sell too because it's also 100 billion degrees out, so that doesn't help. It probably would have sold a little bit faster in the winter. Next up are these pair of oboes. They sold in 5 days. These ones were missing the insole, so I didn't get as much money as I wanted to, but I got $35.99 for them. After cost of goods, fees, and shipping, our net profit was $28.39. Those I know for a fact sold over on Depop. Oboes is another great brand to be on the lookout for. I have sold a ton of them over the past few months. I had a massive bulk buy of just nothing but oboes, and they've done nothing but profit. The next order up, I guess I'm just going to be looking around, trying to find it, are these Nike Cortez sneakers. These sold in 29 days for $26. After cost of goods, fees, and shipping, our net profit was $15.25. That was in a massive bulk buy of shoes. Not a massive bulk buy, a decent bulk buy. I do have a video here on YouTube of that where I picked up all those high-end shoes, and those sneakers were in there as well. So it was a really good deal. So this is an example of manipulating a shoebox. So I'm just going to cut down the sides on each corner of this just to lower the size of the box and just to make it a little bit more cushion for the sneakers so that they don't have a lot of room to maneuver and basically incur any damages by slamming around in the box. So you just cut it down a little bit, throw a little shipping paper in there, and it is good to go. Nike Cortez. Those sold pretty quickly. I didn't expect them to sell in under a month, so that's pretty awesome. The next order up on the docket is a pair of Merrell. These are very colorful sneakers. I love this brand. Merrell has been doing extremely well for me this year. These sold for $38.24 over on eBay in 13 days. After cost of goods, fees, and shipping, my net profit was $33.14. I'm going to cut this box down as well. So again, all you're going to do is cut down the four sides of the box. That'll give it a little bit of wiggle room. If you do cut a little bit, if you cut them like any further down, just shave a little trim off the top of the edges. Like this does not require doing that because it fits perfectly. But if you do cut any lower than that, like a smaller pair of sneakers, just cut a little off the top so that the opening flap isn't sticking out or anything like that. It just kind of looks ridiculous. But I'm also just a OCD kind of packing fella. This next order up is a pair of Hey Dudes that I recently picked up at the thrift store for $4.99. These sold in 9 days over on Poshmark for $33. After cost of goods and fees, my net profit was $21.41. Again, this is just a little manipulation of the box. Not too much. Hey Dudes are a beware of brand, in my opinion. They don't sell as good as they used to. They've hit Marshalls and TJ Maxx. That's where I pick up a bunch of them. They still do sell really well. Just make sure you're checking all of the styles. Each one has a different style. Make sure you're checking the colorway and make sure you're checking the sizes as well, because size will matter, obviously. Size does matter when it comes to shoes and clothing. You want to avoid the really outrageously large sizes, and you want to avoid the really outrageously small sizes. You want to be popular. Next up are these Allen Edmonds Broad Street shoes. These are the black ones. These sold over on eBay for $100 plus shipping in 6 days. After cost of goods, fees, and shipping, our net profit was $71.09. I also did sell a brown pair of those a few days ago for $100 as well. I picked up both pairs of those from the thrift store for $14.99. It's an absolutely great deal. Allen Edmonds is a brand. Always make sure you're on the lookout for Allen Edmonds, but make sure you're checking the style names. Like I said, these ones were the Broad Street, so they sold for $100. The style name will determine all of the value behind the brand. So don't just pick the brand up because you heard Big Apple say, oh, Allen Edmonds is a great brand, because some thrift stores do price them high. Like if this was a different version of an Allen Edmonds that only sells for about $30 to $40, I wouldn't have picked them up at $14.99. But because of the high profit margins, I picked them up at that price. So just be sure to check those style names and you'll be pretty safe on Allen Edmonds. The proof is in the name pretty much always with Allen Edmonds. There's really no gimmicks around it. And you'll find all that information on the eBay app. Next order up is a pair of Jordan 5 Raging Bull sneakers. This was an awesome sale. Paid $40 for these at a yard sale, and they flipped over on eBay for $118.99. And they are going out to the eBay Authenticator today. I did have to go and find a box for these because I didn't like the way they were fitting into the shoebox. So we're going to have to do a little bit of editing here. But before I do that, it sold in 34 days for $118.99, and net profit was $62.98. This next order up is a pair of Studio Belvedere shoes. These took 45 days to sell, and they ended up selling for $28 after cost of goods, which was too high. I shouldn't have paid that much for these. After cost of goods, fees, and shipping, on net profit was $11.11. That was a brand that I was under the impression that was a better brand. I had some false information, and I didn't check comps. So that's on me. Like I always tell you guys, always be checking your comps. No matter what anybody on the internet tells you, always check your comps because people lie, numbers don't. Get that on a bumper sticker. People lie, but numbers don't. And it's time for the breakdown dance. We had 18 total sales for $783.67. After cost of goods, fees, and shipping, our net profit was $544.16.